Welcome back to the North Learn to Foil program. Northfoil, in association with North Sales, has developed a 4-step program to get you up and wingfoiling. My name is Jeremiah McDonald. I'm your Northfoil Pro instructor, and in this step 4, we're putting everything together. The ideal conditions for wingfoiling is between 13 and 20 knots with flat water. For this lesson, we're going to need a board, a wing, and a foil. For this next step, we're going to use the board and the wing on land to show you how to get up on the foil. As we learn to foil, the first step we need to do is get ourselves up into a standing position with the wing sheeted in. Initially, we want to focus on generating speed. The more speed we have, the easier it is to foil. To generate speed, we want to increase the power from the wing. This means that we put the wing in front of us and sheet in, generating more power. We also want to aim across the wind or bearing downwind to generate the maximum amount of speed and making it easiest to foil. At the beginning, we want to have all of the weight placed over our front foot. So we move our weight from our hips centrally forwards, like this. This allows us to push the foil back down as it increases in force. When we're ready, we lean our weight backwards from our hips, moving the weight onto the back foot. As you can see, when I do this, the angle of the board moves. And what we're doing here is initiating the same movement I showed before with the foil as it lifts up out of the water. The easiest way to generate speed and get ourselves up and onto the foil is to pump. The first step of pumping is just sheeting in the wing like this. This generates slightly more power and will push us forwards. After we've tried this a few times, we're going to progress into a more advanced pumping technique. Here, we are going to begin from our arm outstretched in a neutral position. We're going to catch the wind. So we reach out, catching the wind and pulling it in towards us. From here, we want to let the wind escape from the sail. Now it's time to work out where to put the foil in relation to the board. If you put the mast attachment further up the tracks towards the nose of the board, then you're going to have more lift. If you position the mast closer to the back of the board, there's going to be less lift and therefore you're going to require more speed to take off. When you're learning, I'd recommend positioning the foil further back in the tracks than you'd expect. This means that it requires more speed to lift up. This makes it easier to ride without foiling and only begin foiling when you're comfortable.
Using the methods we learned in step 2. Carry your equipment and then paddle out to a safe depth. You'll notice that here for the first time there are waves. This doesn't change anything in the technique, but you just need to be a little bit more careful. Starting from a kneeling position, I work my way up quickly from my front foot into a full standing position. Pump the wing to generate power and speed. To initiate foiling, we want to get up and start riding in a beam reach. This means riding perpendicular to the angle that the wind is coming from. We want to bear away slightly so that we can increase speed and pump the wing. To initiate foiling, pump the wing, generating power and speed. Here I'm pumping the wing and my legs together. Pumping the wing and board in tandem like this, although it takes a little while to learn, makes it much easier to get up in light conditions. Now that you're comfortable with these steps, you can try riding upwind and downwind. That's the end of the 4 steps. I hope you've enjoyed this North Learn to Foil course. Feel free to visit the North Foil's website to find out where you can attend a course near you.